See, in the last class, we just thought about these things, right? One is what is polymer matrix, right? Then now this composite materials has been classified. That is polymer, metal, ceramic, right? Then what is exactly polymer is one is and what are the different types of polymers we have, and according to our syllabus, what we're going to discuss one is thermoplastic, thermosetting polymers. Then I just gone through with the difference between thermoplastic and thermosetting polymers, and major difference is this one dimensional thermal stability, and what kind of fibers is going to be used for polymer matrix. All those things we studied, and also studied different processing methods or processing of fabrication of polymer matrix materials. And we also discussed one of this hand layer process in the last class, and how its hand layer process is going to be benefited, disadvantages, applications. Now today we're going to discuss about one more important topic called pultrusion. The manufacturing process of thermosetting polymers. This will going to be come under thermosetting polymers, right? See, in the question, they won't ask you that write thermoplastic, thermosetting like that. They're going to ask you in such a manner that list out the different manufacturing process of thermosetting polymers and explain any one. They may ask in such a manner. One of the beautiful thing is going to be this one the pultrusion method. See, here I clear on that pultrusion is a process where composite parts are manufactured by pulling the layers of fabric bathed with resin through the heat dye and forming by using die cross section, all those things. See, I'm going to explain directly how this process is going to be works. See, from this process there are major parts. One is resin bath, preformer, sorry, forming and curing, and this cutoffs. I'm going to explain what exactly these things are. See, whatever the green color you are seeing here, green color, this is going to be fiber. The fiber is going to be continuous one, or it may be discontinuous in manner, or in terms of tapes, right? You're going to consider whatever these fibers, it fibers may be of what we discussed in the last class, that is glass fibers, carbon fibers, what are the fibers or natural fibers can also be used. See here you can use one natural fiber, here a synthetic fiber, again another natural fiber, another synthetic fiber. We can use many number of different fibers here. The fibers are passed through to the guide plate, which is nothing but it cannot be layer by layer. What are the fibers should not be a layer by layer. It should be one other to other one in terms of tape. Then that has to be taken care by this of guide plate. Then after the guide plate, it has to be transferred to the resin bath. Resin bath is nothing but it's going to be polymer matrix. It's going to be polymer. The polymers may be of thermosetting. It may be thermosetting, right? It is in the form of plasma state, right? And the composition of this resin is depends upon what kind of composite material we require. And when the guided plate is transferring the fibers, the resin bath fibers will going to be completely dipped with in the resin bath. The resin is going to be completely attached to the fiber. Then it has to be transferred to the preformer. Preformer is the one where we can get the desired shape. I mean, not a desired shape, an approximate shape of an required composite, right? And one more thing, preformer is going to take care of how much constant or uniform width or uniform thickness of an resin bar. Then it is going to be transferred to the forming and curing die. Forming is nothing but where we require exact dimension of composite material. If you want an plate, then whatever this one green color which is filled with an resin transferred in a die, so that the die is going to be in the form of required shape. It may be circular, it may be rectangle, it may be of any shape. The die, after the die, it passes to the curing. Curing is nothing but whatever this resin is going to be in a plasma state, that has to be cured. Cured is nothing but that has to be given some amount of temperature so that it is going to be solidified. Right? Once it has been solidified, then it is transferred to the cooling system. Cooling system is nothing but just dragging this one. so that required dimension, required length is going to be cutted by means of cut off saw. It's all about the working principle of this protrusion. If you have any doubt in this one, any confusion, hello, hello, okay, yeah, yeah. Uh, the process is going to be very simple, right? If you have any doubt in the processing, no, sir. Okay. Now I'll going to tell what are the important parameters we need to consider while writing the answer. Understood? See, I told that these are the fiber grade. As I told that we have to go for maintaining different fiber layer. See, if we go for natural fiber, here synthetic fiber like glass, E-glass, again natural fiber of different natural, right? These things, if you go, if you go for different, okay, mute me. If you go for different fibers, the different fiber that is we want to call as hybrid fiber, hybrid composites. If you go for hybrid, you can obtain a desirable strength because when you go for a single particular fiber, for example glass fiber is going to be only used for, sorry, e-glass. If you consider e-glass is can be used for electrical applications, it having some desired properties. But instead of those properties, I required another kind of properties in our composite material. Then you'll go for using another kind of fiber. Then one more thing, e-glass fiber is having higher density compared to of natural fiber. Then I required less in a strength, but sorry, less in a weight, but strength should be high. For that one, I'll going to use one more kind of fiber. That was the reason here we can go for different fibers. Understood? Then here guided plate. We have a guided plate here. I told what is the working principle of this one. Then I'm going to explain each thing. Guided plate. Again here you may ask the questions are this is going to be glass fiber. This is going to be banana natural fiber. This is going to be imp natural fiber. This is going to be another synthetic carbon fiber. This is going to be aluminum or another glass fiber. How this has to be placed here? Whether first this has to be placed or this one has to be placed or this one has to be placed. See again the guided plate is designed in such a way that our fibers has to be placed one by other. Then again it's going to be depends upon required mechanical property. For example, as we know that if we create a bending part, any rectangle component which is having subjected to bending, right? Outermost fibers is going to be having a more stress as compared to of neutral axis, which has been studied in a design subject, right? If you go for twisting of any rod, any subject, outermost fibers will be subjected to more twisting as compared to a neutral axis or axis of a body. It means that exactly at the center, exactly at the center of an component should have less strengthened fiber compared to of outside or extreme fiber, extreme layers of an composite material, which means that at the outermost, at this post, at the outermost, we require higher strength fiber. At the center, you should have less strengthened fiber. That has to be maintained by means of this guided plate. That was the importance of this guided plate. Next, come to next one, resin bar. See, as I told that composite material is not only made up of single constituent, it is made up of two constituent. One is matrix, one more is fiber. See, fibers we already have. Then matrix. What kind of matrix is supposed to use? We supposed to use polymers. In that polymers again we have thermosetting polymers. Thermosetting polymers is supposed to use here within required temperature. It should not be of true liquidity or it should not be of higher viscosity or lower viscosity. Again, it depends upon how much bonding between the matrix and the fiber should be. What is the thickness of fiber should be carried out of by this of matrix method. Depends upon those parameters. We're going to use, we're going to design, we're going to select what kind of resin we require. Understood or not? Once the fibers are coming from this guided plate and starts to uh, movement in the resin bar, it will carry some amount of resin. Then some amount of resin is going to be wasted on over the fiber. Then it has been carried out to free form forward. Where in this free for farmer, what happens? They should be maintain uniform thickness. See, if the fiber is going to be traveling from year to year, this portion may bonded with high resin, and this portion is bonded with less resin, and this portion is going to be high resin, which is going to be effects on the mechanical properties. For that reason, the freeformer will take care that uniform thickness of a fiber at the topmost, at the bottommost, and all the sides of a fiber. And one more thing, a freeformer is going to be one which will going to have an uh, approximate dimension of composite material we require. It will take care that one. Suppose if you want rectangle of so and so size L into B, that has to be maintained approximately in the freeformer. Suppose if you want an hollow pipe of rectangle, that is going to maintain here, right? Then come to the forming and curing die. See again, forming is nothing but what kind of cross section we require. If you require circular cross section, hollow one, or rectangle one, or whatever the one, right? That is going to be taken care by means of this die. You know what is the meaning of die, right or not? See, once it has been formed according to our required dimension, that has to be cured. That has to be cured. Why the curing is required? See, whatever the resin here, that is going to be in terms of plasma state, that should be in terms of liquid, semi-liquid in state, that has to be cured completely to the solid. That is going to be maintained by means of curing. It means that we will going to give some temperature. After forming, we will going to give some temperature so that the polymer is going to be start its solidification. Once it has been solidified, then you need to perform to next process. See here, there is one more parameter you need to consider. How much temperature is supposed to give to the polymer, and what is the duration of time you require to give the to the polymer. That is also one important thing, right? Then see, this temperature and duration of curing is also depend. I mean, which also affects the mechanical property. Depends upon what we require. On that basis, we need to give the temperature and the curing time. Curing time. Then what? Once it has been cured, since it is going to be continuous one, there is no breakage from starting to up to here. Then I required only some amount of length. For example, a pipe of 1 meter I required, but it is going to be continuous one that has to be cutted. See, at exactly 1 meter I'm going to cut by means of this one. Then it's going to be separated. Then one more thing is one more length of so and so length is going to come. Then you're going to cut that one. Then number of components going to be manufactured. That was the different parameters in this pultrusion process. See, in the exam, if they ask to write, explain with neat sketch, pultrusion process, write the figure neatly, write the figure neatly, and explain what is the how the process is going to be, how the process is going to be in terms of 4 to 5 lines. Then what? Then explain that what is the functions of each, what is the parameters we can vary in each of these components. That's all about this thing, right? Any confusion here about the processing and performance of these components? Okay. Now we have an advantage and disadvantage. Potential problems is nothing but disadvantages. See here, can you mute man? Okay, thank you. See, high volume productivity. High volume productivity means if you go for and layer process, what happens if you want an composite material of rectangle sheet of 1 meter length and zero point 0.5 meter width and thickness of some 300 like that. We required only one die, that's it. Then again, if you want same kind of sheet, if you want same kind of sheet, first you should remove the initial sheet and you'll go for manufacturing the same amount. Then again the same process is going to be carried out. Whereas in this pultrusion, since it is going to be continuous one, it's keep on continuous one, same amount of sheet, same thickness, everything is maintained. We can cut the number of components we require. Whereas in a and lab it cannot be. It means that higher volume productivity. Productivity is nothing but what do you mean productivity? Productivity is the one uh, in a given time how many number of components we can manufacture. It is in a given time. That is nothing but productivity. Then in a hand lab, productivity is going to be very less, whereas in this one, productivity is going to be high. Rapid processing. Rapid processing is nothing but since in a hand lab, everything is going to be manual one. There are chances of defects. There are chances of less accurate one, less efficient one. Whereas here, it's going to be rapid in processing. Components are using all are automated one. Everything is going designed in such a manner so that you're going to get high accuracy. Low material scrap rate. See here, there is no material loss in this process. There is no much material loss in this process. Only material loss is going to be taken place here in the free farmer. That too can be recycled, right? And some and whatever this when cutting, there is some losses that is going to be ignored, which is nothing but scrap of material is going to be less, right? Then good quality control. Why it's going to be good quality control? It's just because of only one reason. Since there is no manual action here, everything is going to be automated. It is going to be controlled. It is going to be controlled by means of controlling device. Everything is going to be controlled in action. Everything is going to be controlled, which is nothing but uh, there is no less defects, less accurate one. You can maintain the thing. That is going to be another advantage. If any component or any processing process is having some advantage, there should be a disadvantage also. Improper fiber wet out. What do you mean by this one? Wet out is nothing but wet is nothing but what? The moisture content, right? See, if the resin path is following traveling from this point to this point, right? If the it's not going to be cured properly, what happens at this portion? If you cut, then cutting point is going to be making contact with this component. At that point, if it is not pure, if it is in if it is in wet position, the cutting pointer will going to be have some kind of resin. Then at this portion, there is a chances of defect induced, right? That is going to be another disadvantage. That is wet, improper fiber wet. Fiber breakage. See here, in a hand tap, we can able to see we are placing the fiber in such a manner that it's going to be manual one, and if it is any discontinuity, any damage, we can able to see. Whereas here, if there is any damage or discontinuity of fiber here, see before this one you can able to see once it is transferred to resin, although it's going to be discontinued, we can't able to see, we can't able to detect. Then it's transferred to previous everything we can't detect. It means that if there is a discontinuity in the fiber, that will lead to uh, change in mechanical property. That is the other disadvantage. Die jamming. Die jamming is one of the defect. See, die is going to be placed here. If the die is going to be jammed, or if the die is going to be stuck between this fiber, I mean composite material, then still you are pulling. At the time, there is more stress acts on a component that will lead to change in mechanical properties or it will cause us to induce some defects. This is also cause one other disadvantage. Complex dies design. See, as we know that designing of die is going to be somewhat complex. If it is simply rectangle, square, all those things, that's not a big thing. If you want some complex shape, designing of die for a composite material is going to be difficult. That is going to be another disadvantage. Then what are the applications? Now you can see here applications of this pultrusion use as a panels. You can see here all different tubes of different material. This is going to be watering sheets, right, or covering sheets, electrical insulations, the lightning poles and rails. These are the some of the applications of components were manufactured by means of